Hatchet Dawn is a heavy, dark rock monster.
The majority of the themes are dark and theatrical. It's like a fine chocolate.
A little bit spooky and kooky.
There's a lot of different elements to the music that I guess we aim to appeal to a lot of different people.
Rock crossover kind of influence.
Always try to convey a message that people normally wouldn't think about.
Pretty much dark, heavy, melodic, harmonic, dissonant.
My name's Bert. My role in the band is vocals. I supply the vocal cords. I use Shure microphones and TC Electronics effects pedals.
My name is Howsie, I play guitar, and I'm known for my toxic sludge guitar tone and creepy, eerie guitar solo. I'm endorsed by ESP guitars and Mesa Boogie amplification. Mesa Boogie amps purely for the fact that they're just a huge rock tone. I've never played an amp that sounds better. I've only used two kinds of guitars and ESP happened to be the one I kept going back to buy, and I was fortunate enough to be endorsed.
My name's Billie-Jade and I play bass guitar, do a little bit of piano and backup vocals. I'm endorsed by Spectre basses and Mesa Boogie amplification.
My name's Daz, I play guitar in Hatchet Dawn. I'm using a Mesa Boogie dual rectifier at the moment. I'm using a ESP LTD MHB 400. The other guitar I use is a KXK SII7 baritone guitar.
My name is Shane and I'm the drummer. Pretty much big crashes, thick toms, loud kicks. That's what it's all about.
Rebirth began in 2009. We put out an EP called Faith in Chaos, and the EP was only 15 minutes essentially in length, so we had to fill out a set when we were touring the EP. The album basically started to be constructed from then. From 2009 through 2010, I was just constant touring. We did a lot of pre-production until we got into the studio.
The album was recorded with Theron Renison.
We recorded the album over 2 months here in Melbourne.
Once the music was finished, we sent it across to Neil Kernan to mix and to put his own sounds into the album.
Mixed by Neil Kernan, who actually contacted the band. Got it mastered by Alan Duche, who's done all the bands you could think of.
From looking at Neil's credits over the years, they're just like this big, that long,
Yep.
this thick. He's just done a lot of stuff, and talking to him really early on, it was like he just got where we were trying to go with this album. He was just straight out, I know how your album can sound, and we brought it back here and listened to it, and we're just stoked and over the moon.
The concept of rebirth, I guess that's relevant because the band had kind of reinvented itself. We've got new members, so it's kind of like rebirthing the band.
Rebirth to me is like a Tim Burton film. You turn it on and you get taken to another world. It's a journey, it's a different experience away from day-to-day reality.
A broad range of topics, a lot of horror themes.
There's a lot about obviously rebirth, like being reborn, and there's a bit of like necromancy, so bringing forth the dead.
It's written as an album, not as a bunch of songs.
It's something fresh, original. The theme behind it is that we are from this other place, and we're not going to tell you where we're from. But we're here to entertain you, and at the same time, scare you.
What we've tried to do is bring all genres together and make it something that appeals to more people so that they can open their minds to it.
I guess they can take away whatever they want. There's lots of elements that can appeal to different people, so different people will probably pluck different bits and pieces out of the element that sort of grabs them.
I think it's something that's missing. There's been a lot of music trends I've seen the past 10 years come and go, and it's just something that doesn't sit in the trend. It just has it's very solid, very unique, very original, and I want fans to take away a sense of pride that there's a band here that they can believe in and enjoy and get consumed by this unknown of the world we've created and just feel home. The artwork for a few months we were stuck on, and our lovely photographer Jess, she came up with an idea to create this room.
They came to me and said, Jess, we're going to make an album. We haven't really got the concept too much. This is what it's called. We want a bit of a Tim Burton feel, we want to be creepy. I was alright, leave it with me. Sat there. I was like, alright, sweet, this is what we're going to do. I made like a little diorama and I made sure it all had dynamics and looked really good. And I said, right, what we're going to do is we're going to make a big swirl. And this swirl's going to take over a whole room just to give it that trippy, different dimensional feeling. You guys are going to come out of this door. And I went and built a door that was all crooked, like a Tim Burton sort of creepy. You're walking through, you can hear the ground creaking, you don't know where you're going to go. So we painted that, and I think Howsie mentioned we want somehow toxic green to be in it. I said, okay, well, I'm pretty famous for putting goo on people, so let's bring out goo. You guys, it's like being reborn. You come out of a dimension like in time travel and you're covered in goo, so it kind of represents that you've already been somewhere, and it's a bit fetal matter at the same time. So yeah, I've got the guys in here after we made a big production and built everything original.
There's a lot of themes of like hypnotism in the artwork. We've got a big spiral, like a big mesmerising, hypnotising spiral.
The swirl is basically the porthole to another universe, which I think the band creates with the music.
But the artwork, and you look at us on stage, and it's very similar. So it's a good sort of recognisable thing that people can notice as that's Hatchet Dawn. That
was the theme. It was just, we would run it throughout the booklet, and it's just this very 50s horror tone. Again, Tim Burton, Mars Attacks meets Corpse Bride stuff. It's just like, yeah, it's another world. We didn't want it to be seen as something that's been done before. So hopefully when it hits people on a shelf, it's like, oh wow, what's that? It's something from another world.
It's definitely a lot more diverse now. There's the usual guitar, drum and bass setup, but there's also a lot of piano, a lot of violin in the music. There's some sub drops and things like that, and all that stuff which we're able to replicate it live. So it's a sound that really carries through really well live.
Sound originally was a cross between like this black rock, southern rock meets modern metal. It slowly over time, as we're writing, got more of an anthem feel to the structures of the songs. Our choruses became more melodic and big, and it's not so cut to the underground. I'm pretty sure that there's a vast majority audience that will get into this and can see what we're doing now, and that it's not so far removed as I think a lot of people took us for in the beginning.
I've known Hatchet Dawn for a while now, and been really impressed with the guys, not only in their commitment to what they do, but their commitment to the marketing of their brand and their image.
For me, it's about stimulation. Like, we're standing on a stage playing music that's dark and heavy. Like, for me, it's, you've got to put a visual to that, and just standing in jeans and t-shirt for me wouldn't cut it. There's got to be a lot of thought into the way music's seen.
The makeup, I can sort of see it as a mask. It allows me to sort of do things that I wouldn't do without the makeup on.
I really like the whole new look they've taken, the pop horror look, a little bit of Rob Zombie meets Alice Cooper.
For us, it's just a matter of getting into the mood, into the dynamics of the songs in our live set, and creating that look for a fan to see how we hear the music.
It just makes it that much easier to become that creature from another world and be yourself without worrying about what people think, because you're just the way you are, and when you're on stage you've got the freedom to do that.
Like, as soon as we get on stage and the music happens, it makes sense, it all comes together.
When you're on stage, you know, the makeup and dressed up, and playing the songs and feeding off the crowd, feeding off you. It's a big cycle, and just it's a place to let loose.
People can just sit at home and listen to the CD and they hear, they'll hear Hatchet Dawn, but going to see it live, they're sort of getting something else.
And I think it's a fantastic combination of really good quality music that the guys play, but having a bit of fun. And at the end of the day, you go to a Hatchet Dawn show, you want to be having fun, and the guys make sure you do that, and yet you do listen to some really quality metal music.
I try and fill a spot where I can see any time, like if I'm rocking out and there's a spot over there, I'm going to jump over there, and oh wait, I'm going to come back to my amp, so I'll do a little twirl and a jump and come back. It's a lot of movement. If I see you in the front row, I'm going to be smashing knuckles, or I will make an effort to get there and reach out.
You'll see all the people who understand it getting into it, and the people who are just becoming new, absolutely awestruck.
So far, the typical Hatchet Dawn fan has been everyone from punk, hardcore, metal, rock, hip hop. It's just all genres coming together, because I think everyone's just interested, because like they've seen these guys and girl on stage, and we're looking the way we are, playing what we play, and our music's very groove orientated, so we're not so full on as most heavy acts would be. There's a lot to absorb.
Now, the typical Hatchet Dawn fan is a very open-minded person. They look at things beyond the cover.
Come from all walks of life, and it's really surprising to see the people that do turn up at shows and support us, and we love every single one of them.
Since the band began, the ambition was to create a dark, heavy band that was original and not driven by trends. It was very important that we were not going to be recognised for anyone else. We had our own sound and own formula.
Give people another insight into what music can be. Like there's no you have to be this way or we're this kind of band. It's basically to show people that like music can be anything.
I haven't got anything to lose by trying to play the music to as many different people as you can, or trying to explore different avenues to get your music out to people.
To make it bigger than what we think it would be.
The band is more than just sound. The band is also the look. It's also an idea, it's a concept. So push the concept as far as we can.
Well, Hatchet Dawn are probably, like I'm not just saying this, they're actually the most organised band that I've ever worked with, and I've done about between 60 to 70 music videos, and Hatchet Dawn was on the ball. If I could count on them to get things done, I'd give orders and they'd get done plus extra things. So I think really that shows why the video's turning out is so good, because of that. It's not just my abilities as an editor or filming, it's everything that everybody brought together. So just the most organised and know what they want. There's no piss farting around.
Our creative drive would have to be our fans.
To go to the international world stage, we realise that will take time, but we're prepared to work hard and achieve that goal.
I can recommend these guys not only in terms of a great live show, but in terms of their commitment to going places. These are the guys that sent their demos over to Marilyn Manson, and on the basis of what they sent over, got to support Marilyn Manson in Australia. That's no small mean feat, and I know came away from that tour making a pretty big impression on Marilyn and his touring business, and hopefully something that'll stand him in good stead going forward. So if you really want to get involved with a band that delivers, is committed, knows where they're going and works really hard, get behind Hatchet Dawn.